Every real cowboy like myself knows how lonely it is out on the open range, which is why I listen to the Cowboy Boys podcast. With best contractually obligated friends, Shayne Smith and Mac Arthur, the Cowboy Boys will comfort your soul better than any disease-ridden saloon gal ever could. Cowboy Boys.
It's live, but we have a 5-hour delay. Just in case I say anything problematic for 4 hours and 59 minutes straight.
Technically, everything's recorded live.
Technically, yes. That is the technical.
So
Philosophically, also yes.
yeah. So it's like, yeah, we're recording live. It's you could just say that.
Unless you're recording a faraway star from light years away and it has already died. It's exploded and died and the light is still hitting you. So you know what? I rescind my...
No, because
nothing
you're
is
still
live.
live when you record it.
Even if you're live, it's not live because there's the delay of light.
Okay, you've gone too far into the other direction.
Welcome to Cowboy Boys podcast episode. Oh my God, I don't even know where we were. I've returned from the wilderness.
167.
150. I'm guessing 159. No, 149 is my guess. I like that. I do like that we have to guess.
I think we guessed too far.
No, I'm saying...
we did 150.
I say 159.
Oh, I said 167.
That's what I'm changing my... Let's see where we're at. Welcome to episode 100. And... Oh, I should have stayed with my old guess. We're on what? This is episode 150.
Whoa! I thought we'd already done 150 for some reason. Maybe we talked about it and you were like, do you want to do something special for 150? And I, of course, said no because I don't care.
And I wanted to do something special, but then I forgot. I forgot that this
Those
was
are both our
episode
styles.
150.
I couldn't be bothered to do anything special for myself, and you definitely would forget.
My intentions are pure, but my brain is mushy, and I forget. I can only remember like 3 things ever.
Yeah,
and if something pushes out one of those 3 things, it's over.
Your brain is like when you put too much water in your instant oatmeal. And It's all soupy and just sloshes around, and you're like, I'm kind of just eating water with a little bit of oats in it now.
So if I got more brain, it would balance out the water.
Exactly.
So I gotta get
you want a thick oatmeal brain. You want it to be sticky.
I want some fruit in there.
You want to be able to put your hand in it and grab it.
Just one solid chunk.
Yeah, dude.
That's how thick you like your oatmeal?
I like my oatmeal. Actually, I like my oatmeal really thick, but then you put milk on top of it and it breaks it up a little bit.
Do you do water or milk with your oatmeal?
I do milk if I can, but...
you cook it with milk?
Yeah.
No, here's my new... I cook my oatmeal with too little water. So it gets really thick. And then after it's hot... and steamed and a little dry and like you have that kind of a brick, I then pour milk and, very important, frozen fruit on it.
Oh.
And then you also put like oats or not oats, like flax seeds and other stuff in it.
I do the thing you do, except for I just put a little bit of milk and then I cook it and then I put the cold milk on top of it and then I fucking get it going and it's great.
Riveting discussion. Now that I'm back, I'm back from the wilderness. Everybody,
yeah,
we missed last week's episode. If you missed us, that's my bad. I disappeared suddenly. I took a week break off.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a full week, and.
Yeah, you were gone for a while.
It's kind of, everyone should not take a vacation, but like disconnect from all society for a week.
Is that what you did?
I did it for like 4 days and then spent like another day in the city that I was flying in and out of. But up in the Utah, Idaho wilderness.
Yeah, how was it?
Where there was no cell phone service. It was pretty good. I had a good time. I may have gone on a vision quest. I might have dosed some people. You had to be there. And see, that's the nice thing about when there's nothing to document. I guess I had my phone. I did take pictures.
Yeah.
But they're just for me. They were not live. I was not live streaming my camping trip.
Yeah. That's insane.
I had a really great time. I felt the healing energy of the mountains and trees. There's something about... I went with my uncles and dad, and I remember watching my dad slowly transition through my life from camping in a tent to needing a cot to needing to like I gotta sleep. Well, he had like an air mattress, then like a cot he tried out for a year or two. Then the next year he got like a small little trailer just to sleep in, and then that trailer got into a big trailer and an even bigger trailer.
Yeah.
And now my dad's back is so bad, he has to like drive. We're limited to how far out we can go, which is not that bad in Utah and Idaho.
Yeah.
Because you can like find camping spots within like an hour, 45 minutes. So he lives in a small town. He just drives 45 minutes home every night. He shows up so he can sleep in he has a CPAP machine and his nice big king bed or whatever.
Has he thought about getting healthier?
I remind him every year. But no, here's my...
I love that he's like, I could get healthier or I could buy a bigger trailer. What about that?
So here's my theory, which I've noticed too. And then so I was like, you know what? I think where he fucked up.
Okay.
And a lot of people do this is they go, you know what? This pad, it kind of, because I had the thin backpacker foam pad.
Yep.
So I could still feel the ground.
Yeah.
I could still like the second night, the first night I slept well. I slept on a patch of like a bunch of dandelions and smashed them down. And then the second night someone showed up, so my cousin, he had to share a tent, so I shifted. And that night was bad because there was a rock and like a root right in my back.
Ugh.
So I had to like reshift the third night. My point is,
okay,
I think once you go from that pad to an air mat, once you make the transition to a trailer, there's no coming back.
Oh, yeah.
And so there's something about, I would wake up, even on the second night, I was like, oh, my back. Like, it felt like I was, that like tightness in your back.
Yeah.
Where it's just like rocks and roots and your back's all like, you're sleeping weird and it's all sore. It's not pain, but you feel sore after a night on the ground, sleeping on rocks, right?
I'm actually pretty good at sleeping on rocks.
Well,
I think I have too much training.
No, this is what I'm saying. It's not pain, it's soreness, and that 10 minutes after I get up, it's gone.
Yeah.
You don't complain, because you sleep, you kind of toss and turn a little bit at night, and then you wake up in the middle of night shift, because, I don't know, sleeping you don't have the right sleeping bag. But if you continue to do that through your whole life, you'll never lose the ability to sleep on uncomfortable thing, and then when you get to sleep in a normal bed, you're like, oh, I'm a fancy king.
Yeah, exactly.
So whenever you go camping, you can't go to a trailer. That's a death sentence.
Yeah.
It's like the New Yorkers here. You don't see a lot of fat old New Yorkers because they're still they're like 80-year-old people walking up 6 flights of stairs.
True.
They don't lose. They keep using that discomfort of walking around. They don't even feel it really. And by the third day, I didn't care.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. That's my philosophical. That's my knowledge I brought back from the wilderness.
You didn't bring back any knowledge like, hey, my dad was kind of unhealthy, and it looks like it's really bad for him. Maybe I should get healthy. You didn't think anything like that?
I mean, I'm always thinking that.
Oh, okay.
I don't need to go to the wilderness to think that.
Yeah.
I just look in a mirror and I'm like, ugh. I want someone to, when we hit episode 200, to do like snapshots of my weight through. So those take a picture of yourself every day.
Yeah.
We've basically taken a photo of ourselves every week, a long 1 hour photo.
Oh yeah. I was like, what?
Video.
We take photos? No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, you're right. This
video.
counts. Yeah, no, you're right.
So they could do it to you. You've kind of.
Yeah, dude, I've lost and gained like 40 pounds twice since we did the podcast. But I do that. I gain weight really easy, and I know how to work out.
You're an easy gainer, easy loser.
I'm not an easy
hard
loser.
Gainer and hard loser.
I definitely have a hard time losing weight. I just am motivated and work hard.
Mm-hmm.
You
say what you're gonna say.
I love that you. If you just listen to me, you could lose so much weight.
I do listen to you.
You don't listen to me.
And I take your advice, and I put it. I think about it, and I'm like, you know what? Shayne is he's an ectomorph. Which one is that? The right one?
No.
He's an endomorph. He's got the endomorph.
I'm neither.
He's a phenomorph. He has the phenomorph body type, and what works for him may not work for me. Basically, all you got to do is stop eating.
Yeah, I was gonna say you
I'm
just gotta
doing-
regulate your calories and work out.
I'm doing that.
But I did it healthy so it would be sustainable.
Hmm.
So that's your problem. You've lost weight before, but you like do keto.
Yeah.
And then you
I'm
just
gonna do that again.
you lose a bunch of weight and then you yo-yo back even harder than before. You keep breaking your fattest record,
Dude,
which I'm proud of you.
thank you.
You're killing it, man. But in the wrong direction, and also
You don't know that.
yourself.
I'm gonna get my lowest record. My low record in the past decade. My high is 250.
Yeah,
My low is 185.
nice.
I'll get to 185 again.
I hadn't been lower than 185 for like 15 years or something.
Guess what? We're all gonna lose weight
Well, I'm below now.
because
I'm the lightest I've been since I was like in my since I was 25.
You're ahead of schedule because the way gas prices are and food shortages this winter, we're all gonna be losing a little bit of weight if the doomsday preppers are right,
So
which they never are. But
when they are, eventually they're gonna be like, "See, all along I told you." That's like those guys who make predictions all the time, like that Gary V guy or whatever. He's just constantly making business predictions.
No,
he's
yeah.
wrong 90% of the time, but every time he's right, people go, "Look, he was right."
That
It's
is-
like, bitch, he fucking is wrong most of the time.
Yeah, that's like every crypto scam.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the real cryptos like Doge and Bitcoin, but the scam coins. Scam coins like Luna. That one. They're always people who like are crypto. Like, here's how to make money. It's so in the moment that I've explained this before. It's like sports bettors who are like, I have the sports betting formula because they take 100,000 people and for 50,000 they say, oh, the Nets are gonna win, and then the other 50,000 they go, the Jazz are gonna win, and then the Jazz win, so they throw away the 50,000 people they sent the newsletter to that the Nets. Now 50,000 they predict another thing, and you just keep advertising the people that you keep
winning
for every time you predict, and then sooner or later you're gonna get a bunch of people who are like, well, he's been right 4 times. It's
Then they're gonna make a whole bunch.
and then
of
you
money.
just only post your highlights. Be like, hey, see, no one ever posts their lowlights on Instagram or Twitter.
my Instagram's all lowlights, baby.
No, it's not. You just posted a happy memory 15 minutes ago.
Dude, that's but I don't look great or anything.
You look amazing.
Yeah,
You got the swamp monster look aesthetic.
it's true.
It's a
Dude, I
great
love
look.
the beach so much.
So
People get so freaked out by seaweed. I don't like when I'm like surfing and there's a huge like kelp field. I don't like that because I'm like, what's in there? Get the fuck away from me. Or if it touches you and you don't know it's there. Especially now that I've been fucking attacked by a creature in the ocean.
yeah, but the stingray.
God,
Does
damn it.
seaweed freak you out? Does it give you PTSD?
No, I'll go grab it and put it on me and goof off.
No, but I mean, if like when it touches you, right, you're like, oh.
Oh yeah, anything that touches me in the ocean randomly, anytime like a creature touches me, I'm like, oh fuck, get off me, dude. The fucking that video I sent you of that guy holding the stingray and then it stings him in the hand.
That's very funny.
Oh fuck, man, it's so sketchy.
Have you done any beach camping?
Yeah, I've slept on the beach a bunch of times.
That seems like the thing
I slept
to do.
homeless style on the beach a couple times. Or I just like grab my backpack and put it on the front of me and then hold it. You just sit and just fall asleep.
Homeless style. You didn't.
Yeah. Like I didn't have anywhere to stay, so I just went and slept on the beach.
I thought when you say homeless style, you do meth and you stay up.
Yeah,
for 72 hours.
No,
What are you holding on your back, stealing stuff, making things?
when I went to LA this one time and I didn't have a car and I didn't have money and I wanted to perform and I had nowhere to stay, so I just went and slept on the beach and then I woke up and found a way back into the city to do my spot. All that so I could do like 2 minutes of comedy at the Comedy Store. So stupid.
Yeah, but that's the stuff you do when you're rising through the ranks.
Yeah, man.
Another thing I've noticed, I was in Salt Lake and I had a car for a day and I didn't have a car for a day. And I liked not having a car.
Whose car did you have?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I had a friend's car, and
all right.
Salt Lake's not a hard city to find parking in, but there's like you paid parking. You can only stay here for 2 hours, and the anxiety I had, like I felt it, a mild anxiety. Like, all right, I parked here too. blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I can't speed because it's my friend's car.
Yep.
I got to move the car in 2 hours, so I can't just do whatever I want. And so the next day, it was so much more freeing when I could just wander the city because I was killing a day before my flight. And I'm just like, I don't have to move anything in 2 hours. I can spend 2 hours at the park, or I don't have to go to a spot. I'm not required to be back at that spot in 2 hours. I can wander just however I want through a city and be wherever I'm at in the moment. Exploratory stuff. I've become anti-car walking through cities.
Dude, I know it, man. Walkable cities are the only. I don't know how I will ever live in a non-walkable city.
Even Salt Lake is walkable. Because it was funny, it's not, but it's still a city where you can walk. Because my dad was like, "What are you gonna do in Salt Lake? You need a car or anything?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." He's like, "But you can't get anywhere." I'm like, "I could walk like a mile or two." And he was like, "You're gonna walk a mile?" And I was like,
mile.
"What are you? What?
You're gonna walk for 20 minutes? What are you, fucking crazy?"
And that's the mentality that gets you to the spot where
it's not even 20 minutes to walk a mile. It's like 15.
Yeah. Well, if you walk you remember the running the mile in like middle school?
Yes.
And then the fat Mexican girls would always walk the mile, and it would still take them like 17 minutes. They're like, "You're walking the mile very slowly. You're like putting anti-effort into walking this mile."
Dude, I remember running the mile once, and there was this like really nerdy kid, and he was like, "I'm gonna smoke everyone running my thing," and he just like took off so fast, and all the other kids who play sports, because everyone in school played sports except for like 2 people, like even the punk rock kids and me and stuff played sports. So this nerdy kid, he doesn't play sports, he just took off, and I'm in like 7th grade. It had to be because I didn't really go to 8th or 9th, and I was like, "What the fuck? He's going so fast." So we were just like, "All right, cool, good for him." So we're running, and then we like like you run around the school, so we're going along the wall, and then we go to turn right down, and then he's just there hard throwing up. Just like he started throwing up like within a minute of sprinting.
Was he trying to look cool for the girls?
I don't know, man, but we like caught up to him, and everyone is just like, "You're fucking puking so hard, so fast." Like, what the fuck? I think it was chow mein day at school too, so he was just blowing chunks. I just remember like, how are you puking? How did you tire yourself out immediately to the point that you puked?
I remember running the mile as fast as I could, because then you got to go screw around, and it was just not like, I don't have to. I get to do whatever I want in gym.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do?
What?
I want to run the fastest mile while smoking an entire pack of cigarettes.
People who used to run the mile back in the day used to or like the marathon, like in like the 20s and stuff, would smoke.
Really?
Yeah, there's photos of people on the Tour de France helping each other light cigarettes.
Well, the Tour de France people would drink beer.
Yeah.
Because they're burning so much. The beer, like a single beer or like wine, they'd like run into the shops.
Yeah.
And like just be like, "I'm on the Tour de France, I'm stealing a bottle of wine." And they'd be like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, Bill, the people like they just would steal beer and stuff. There's like video, but cigarettes, you think that was performance enhancing?
No, it's just something they did, and they didn't know that it affected you. There was no science, They're just like, yeah, people smoke. Who gives a fuck?
They had science, and if you trusted the science, which you should always, because sometimes the science is solid until it changes. What is that? 9 out of 10 doctors recommend this type of cigarette.
Yeah. Lucky Strikes.
Is that the brand?
Yeah, that was the brand during World War II that got the contract with the government, and they became so rich that it was just like fucking absurd.
So, do you think I should train for smoking? How many cigarettes do you think I can smoke a pack while running a mile? Because that's 7. That's kind of hard to smoke an entire pack in like 8 or 9 minutes.
Yeah, that would be bad for you if you were like resting and in good shape. If you ran a mile and smoked a pack, you would die.
What about a marathon?
If you ran a marathon, you would die.
If I ran a marathon and smoked a pack, because a marathon takes 3 hours, you can smoke a pack of cigarettes.
A marathon takes me 3 hours after training for months.
So if I train to run a marathon...
By the way, I've never even run a marathon under 3 hours. That's fucking insane.
What's the average...
Dude, I think a fast marathon is like, what did I run? 3:40 something?
Average marathon time. 4 hours, 21 minutes. Oh, very close to the sex number.
Yeah.
So 5 hours. I could run a marathon and smoke an entire pack of cigarettes in 5 hours. Should be my goal. My baseline goal. Because this is a new sport I'm training for. The pack of cigarettes marathon.
How many miles a minute are you going to run?
How many miles
or how many minutes a mile?
How many minutes?
Fuck, I can't remember what my marathon time was. I never cared because I was training for the 30-something miles, the 35 miles.
Over 4, how long is a marathon? 26 miles?
Yeah.
So let's do a little podcast calculating. 420 for the sake of easy to remember is the average marathon time.
Yeah.
So we'll do 4 times 60 is 240 plus the extra 20 minutes. 420. 260 minutes divided by 260 divided by 26 is 10. I just have to keep a pace of 1 mile every 10 minutes. And then how many packs of cigarettes?
10 minutes a mile is so easy, but 10 miles deep into it, you're yeah.
And you don't get the second wind because you're smoking.
That's true. You're using the second wind to smoke.
Let's see.
Wait, but what if you get an even more powerful second wind because you smoke?
Oh, because the second wind is kind of like your body breaking through a wall. It's like almost like a spiritual experience, and cigarettes and nicotine might be able to unlock that faster.
Sure.
I might be more focused.
Yeah.
And I could like pierce through the wall. Amount of cigarettes in a pack. It's crazy that we don't know this. 20 cigarettes. So, 20 cigarettes, does that mean 420? I already lost the math. 10 minutes a mile. Okay. I got 20 cigarettes, 26 miles. I just have to smoke 1 cigarette
every 1.2 miles.
Every 1.2 mile, every like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
I think I could do this. I think I could start training for the cigarette marathon.
The cigarette marathon. What kind of cigarettes are you going to smoke? You going to try and get a sponsorship?
Ooh, I think I could get a sponsorship.
Do Camels still make cigarettes?
I would not smoke
Did
Camels.
Joe Camel get murdered and then they couldn't anymore?
How would he get murdered? Like in the lore?
The government killed him.
Oh. I thought
Yeah, the government killed Joe Camel, dude. They assassinated him. Because he was too cool. That's real. Joe Camel died because he was too cool.
Yeah, he was.
No, I'm not kidding. Like,
because the government
was like, no, Joe Camel's too cool. Kids like him too much. You can't have him.
How do kids like Joe Camel?
That's
He's
true,
the
though.
most unappealing, ugly mascot.
Not in the 90s, dude. In the 90s, it was like, whoa, that fucking cartoon camel's a leather jacket and he smokes? I should fucking smoke, dude.
It feels racist, but I want to say Joe Camel I really hate him. He's really ugly looking. Is he based on like a guy? He's just.
I think he's based on fucking he's a greaser. He's based on fucking.
He's like a
Harrison Ford from American Graffiti or whatever.
Like a zoot suit, right?
Sometimes, a lot of the times, he's just wearing a leather jacket and he's being cool.
I think because of our podcast, I got to go with Marlboro. I got to go with my bros. Marlboro, if you would like to sponsor our podcast, we should reach out to them, really.
Yeah, the Cowboy Killers,
dude. The Cowboy Killers. I'll start smoking Marlboros.
I'm going to look up a photo of Joe Camel right now so you can see how... Oh, he wears a suit a lot. Oh, Joe Camel seems... Yeah, I think it's racist to be... It's racist to hate Joe Camel, man.
That's what I mean. What does he look like? I can picture him, but I can't... Is he...
He's like a jazz guy.
Oh, are you saying
Joe Camel's 75th birthday, dude? Man, Joe Camel. Yeah, Joe Camel's. You know what? I thought he only wore a leather jacket. Bro, is there really a Joe Camel Sega CD game?
Oh,
no, there's not. There's not. That's not real. This is the version of Joe Camel I thought. Just for you, so you guys know, if you Google Joe Camel motorcycle, there's a photo of Joe Camel on a motorcycle.
I wanna fuck Jill Camel right there.
Yeah, Jill Camel.
Send me that picture so we can put it up on the YouTube.
Okay, Jill Camel's. She's pretty hot.
Dude, I would definitely give it to Jill Camel.
She smokes though. It's kind of a deal breaker for me.
I'm so into girls who smoke.
I don't
know what it is.
Yeah, it's so weird. You and Mike both. I know other people who think it's hot too. I don't think it's hot.
It looks cool.
Smoking cigarettes is a deal breaker for sure. Like
For you.
regularly, yeah, it's just too much.
And if you're a woman sliding into Shayne's DMs and you smoke, you're wasting your time. I'm right here.
It's true. You're wasting your time for a lot of
Guess what?
reasons.
I'll let Shayne watch. But
I will watch. I've been trying to watch Mac Fuck since time immemorial, dude.
You saw it when I used to live.
I actually did see Mac Fuck once, everyone. It's true. I've seen it.
All right. He
was on top.
Here's
oh man,
that's my favorite
Just saw
spot.
his back, his large back, and he's like a triangle shape, just absolutely
triangle.
fucking.
I have a like an Arnold taper.
You know when how a dolphin swims, how it really whips the bottom half. That was kind of what I just like, really sweaty. Good for you, man.
Yeah. No,
And you were sideways on the bed too. You weren't like on the bed facing the pillows. You were on the bed like side to side.
Well, I do every position. I gotta try them all out. Here's a medical article.
Mm-hmm.
Canadian Medical Association Journal. Cigarette smoking, an underused tool in high performance endurance training.
Whoa!
The abstract, the review paper, blah blah blah. But, who reads this shit?
People who are trying to justify smoking while they exercise.
Endurance sports have been shrouded in controversy the past 30 years because many athletes intent on winning races, achieving faster times, have turned to banned performance-enhancing drugs.
Like cigarettes. Is it
What
real?
I don't know. It's paragraphs and paragraphs. And I'm wondering, could you train smoking cigarettes like you train at altitude? So then you quit like a month before or like a couple weeks before your big race, and then you get more oxygen after you quit smoking.
I don't think that's how it works.
I think it works a little bit like that.
I don't think it does. I think the smoking is doing permanent damage to your lungs and weakening them over time.
Guess what? Being alive causes permanent damage. Walking out in the sun, it's all permanent. Oh, you don't think you could smoke one cigarette and be fine?
You can smoke one cigarette and probably be fine.
I could smoke.
You'd be better if you didn't smoke the cigarette, though. You can't argue that.
I can't, but sometimes you got to do things for greatness. As athletes especially know this. Bodybuilders are not healthy.
It's true. Bodybuilders are very unhealthy. So are gymnasts.
We applaud them. We cheer them up. We hold them on a pedestal.
Oh, we don't.
They go for greatness.
Well, I don't.
Because you're not.
I like them. I appreciate what they're doing, but I'm like, hey, do it healthier.
No, I'm saying inject more. Let's see what the upper limit is.
We are finding out, man. They look fucking crazy lately.
So I want to find out. I want to compete, and then I think you could smoke. I think if I smoke one pack once a year, I would have to smoke more for training.
Yeah, you would have to do like training days where you run 12 miles and smoke cigarettes.
And smoke like 8 cigarettes in a day.
Fuck, man. You're just smoking cigarettes at this point. Also in New York, it's so expensive. Anytime someone smokes, you're like, what a fucking... You're like, oh, that's a rich person. Because it's like $15 a pack here.
I would get illegally contraband smuggled cigarettes from Connecticut. So I don't know, somewhere cheap.
Yeah.
I think this is a record I want to set once and never do again.
Oh yeah, I mean obviously you don't do it twice. You just got to do it the one time.
Or how about this? Do you think you could run the marathon and then smoke all the cigarettes sitting there at the finish line? Or that'd be terrible for you.
Yeah, that one sounds worse than all the other stuff.
Or would you smoke you could smoke the whole pack? Would you break it up? Could you smoke the whole pack right at the beginning and then get like your second wind right there and then start the marathon?
What if you just run the marathon but you take smoke breaks
just in between?
Yeah.
I don't like the smoke breaks. I like it looks cool running. I want the whole get up, the wind in my hair, the smoke in my hair.
Okay, well, I mean, you got to try it.
It'd be so funny to do like the New York City Marathon while smoking.
Yeah.
It'd piss off so many people.
Yeah, they would hate you.
I guess I couldn't.
An incredible
amount. Probably get in a fight.
Yeah, someone would attack you.
Secondhand smoke.
It kills.
Unless I did the Boston Marathon, they'd probably be cool with it. They'd be like, yeah, I gotta get a smoke break myself.
You can't run in the Boston Marathon though. You have to qualify for it.
Oh, did you qualify for the New York Marathon?
I don't think so. I think anyone can sign up for it.
Yeah, we truly are free. This is a free state.
That's right.
Mostly. Maybe somewhere. Is there like a marathon I could run in like Japan where they'd be like way stoked?
I don't think so.
I
I think if you smoked at a marathon in Japan, that would be the place they'd be the most angry.
No, I think the Asians and smoking is like cool, or maybe China. A Chinese marathon, smoking, they would think I'm fucking awesome.
Maybe France is also another
France?
spot where you're like, maybe they'd be cool with it.
You know, damn it, I'm gonna have to run so many marathons.
Yeah, man. It looks like we found your new thing.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say, what do you you think my time? You think I can run a sub 5 hour cigarette marathon?
No.
I'll take that bet.
Okay.
Do you want to run alongside me? You don't have to smoke.
I bet you $1,000.
1,000?
Yeah.
I can't run a sub 5.
You can't run a sub 5 and smoke a whole pack of cigarettes while doing it.
What's the time limit? A year?
A year? No, it's
A year to train for the cigarette marathon?
if you do it before the New Year's of 2022, you can have $1,000.
American New Year or Chinese New Year?
American.
Because this might be in China. We might have to do the marathon in China.
Listen, it's here. Wherever you do it is whatever, but we have to have an impartial judge to make sure you smoke all these down to the filter.
Down to the filter.
Yeah, you can't just smoke half of it and be like, I smoked a cigarette. You got to smoke a whole pack.
Can I use performance-enhancing substances?
What performance-enhancing substance is going to help you do this?
Might need a beer or two.
Yeah, you can drink beer during it. Absolutely.
Because I'm not a smoker, but when I drink, I like to smoke sometimes.
Here's the thing: I lose no matter what, because if you win, I lose $1,000. But if you lose, I'm gonna have to pay more than that getting your funeral together.
I'm not gonna die.
Oh man,
I'm still in my 30s. I can take a heart attack or two.
I
I
feel like you're really. I feel like you're. You know when people like in video games, there's always a game like not a Simon Says, like a red light green light game.
Yeah.
I feel like you're really pushing it because you're like, no, I'm in my 20s. I can fucking find them. My body's like the tank from World War I. You just shovel shit into it and it keeps working.
But here's the thing.
And then I had that same opinion in my 20s too. And then I started to die and I was like, all right, I'm in my 30s. I should get healthy. And I got kind of healthy. And then but my weight was a little weird, but I was healthy. And then now I'm like, oh, let's change my diet. Let's get the weight down. Let's be more sustainable. And I've made like permanent life changes.
Yeah.
I feel like you are just like, no, I'm in my 30s. I have all this time. And then you're going to get to your 40s and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm fatter and unhealthier than ever, but I got till my 50s. Sylvester Stallone is buff.
Shayne, here's the thing.
What do you think your dad's opinion on it was when he was in his 30s? Do you remember him in his 30s?
Yeah. He's in decent shape. He looked a lot like me. That's not the topic right
now. Okay. Just worried about your health.
The topic is I don't look to older people because they had lead in the gasoline. They were all smoking.
Yeah.
I grew up Mormon, so I didn't really drink. I don't really smoke.
Yeah. You got a +2 to vitality right out the gate.
I'm already ahead of the game. So yeah my 30s. I get like an extra +7 years.
It's true, and I have like a -10 because I did meth when I was 13.
It's
not good. It is not good.
But you did quit pretty early.
I only did it twice.
So, I think meth is one of those you can do once or twice and it won't affect you permanently.
Yeah, I mean, I was fine.
Especially, you know what, kids, they're resilient. They bounce back.
Dude, yeah, dude.
So
sometimes you got to take meth and ride a 4-wheeler, you know?
Dude, how could you not?
Fucking, yeah, man.
How long did you ride the 4-wheeler?
Till it was fun.
How many times did you have to refill the gas tank?
I don't think we had to refill it, but we definitely were dangerous on it.
And people are like, meth, it's like if you're on Adderall in college, you're doing the same thing. I don't know, get on a dirt bike and take some Adderall. Have fun. If your psychiatrist prescribes it.
That's right.
Let's see. if your local trailer park psychiatrist prescribes you methamphetamines for dirt bike usage, then that's what you got to do. So my health, I will admit, I have abused, or I have bended. I've been holding on to. I've been putting off what I need to do for longer because I have the ability to.
No,
because I've been healthy in so many other arenas. My only vice is food.
It's one of the worst ones.
It is, but it's not the worst.
All right.
I think for aging, meth is up there. Meth ages you quicker than anything.
Yeah, here's my thing. Some people naturally are bigger, and so it's like whatever, they're fine. I don't know that you're naturally. We're both naturally big guys, but there's a certain point where you're like, oh, I think both of us. Listen, I know bigger people that are like, I've been skinny, I've been this size, I don't feel any different, and I'm like, all right, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
But I feel when I am the weight I am now, I feel better.
Yes.
Like I can tell
Shayne?
And I know that you do the same.
I know.
And I know that I can hear you get up.
He's old man.
Yeah.
What's funny is I started doing that too as like a joke when I was small, like when you're 19, you're like,
yeah.
You just kind of, and it's above 50% a joke. It's mostly still a joke, but there's some times where I'm just like, oh, I'm not joking this time.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
it's a very fun thing to do. If you're old, if you're young, just make
a really
noises.
big deal about it.
Struggle noises are very fun to.
I don't know, man. I feel like now's the time to turn it around. You're almost 35.
I'll take the bet if I have till Chinese New Year.
Okay, Chinese.
So that's
New
like
Year
in February, right?
Yeah,
it's 8 months away.
Yep,
$1,000.
$1,000 dues.
That I can run a sub 5 hour cigarette marathon.
So I'm trying to think. I think you might be able to walk a 5-hour marathon.
I'll take that $1,000 bet.
Hold on, I gotta change the bet.
Oh,
maybe.
suddenly the parameters have changed. How about $500? Stop researching.
Hold on, I want to see.
No, that was
I know people who just like walk marathons.
Cause I got a little bit. I could train. I got to train. That's the thing. I'm training for 2 events. It's basically the biathlon at this point. Is I got to smoke an entire pack and run a marathon. And do I train the smoking the entire pack on my rest days, or do I?
That's the question.
That is the question. I need a scientist to really help me out with this.
I need to go into my running journal and see how fast I ran my marathon I ran.
It was probably above 4 hours and 21 minutes, right?
No, it was under.
Above. I mean below. It was less time, right?
Yeah, so I'm trying to find it right now in my notes. I think I did not run sub 8:40. I think I ran under 4 hours though. Because I had under 9 minute a mile pace.
Here it is.
Fuck.
Walking a marathon between 6 and 9 hours.
All right, sub 5 hours it is. Sub 5 hours cigarette pack marathon.
An entire pack, 20 cigarettes.
An entire pack of Marlboros, however many that is. By Chinese New Year. Yes.
Because they are a smoking culture, and we want to give.
You don't have to go to China. You could just run the marathon by yourself.
No, we're celebrating Chinese New Year.
We are celebrating Chinese New Year,
and $1,000.
Yeah,
and we're gonna document this.
We're gonna document it.
My training.
Your training.
I'm down. $1,000. I'll take that bet.
All right.
Ching.
Yeah.
We'll see. What are you gonna train for?
What am I going to train for? I'm training for all kinds of things right now already. I'm training for I'm trying to climb a V4 which is like not even that hard, but for me it's incredibly hard. My shoulders are bad, so I'm trying to get good at climbing. I'm trying to surf, trying to get barreled.
Yeah, but these are all singular events. I'm a real athlete. I'm training for biathlon. Maybe I'll do a triathlon next. The beer cigarette marathon.
Yeah,
the entire
dude.
12-pack. And that'll be after I crush the
cigarette marathon.
I'm gonna do the triathlon.
Dude, I don't think the cigarette marathon. I think you're gonna hurt yourself if you try it. I don't even know that you'll try it. I think Max. Here's my prediction. Max forgets about it. This is the thing where you're like, this is the year I get skinny, and I'm like, all right, man.
Yep.
You're gonna get in shape,
Dude,
and then
I'm gonna do Wim Hof breathing techniques to learn how to do it to suck an entire cigarette down in one pull.
Okay, that is one. Now you are getting strategies going.
I'm already thinking of strategies. Just you run the 10-minute.
Mm-hmm.
I run a 10-minute mile.
Yes.
And I could either stop and do light it up, or I could probably. I think the first half I'll do a pleasant jog while smoking.
Okay.
And then recover after the second half. And maybe you know what? I think my strategy. I mean, it might change during this time. I think I'm going to leave at least one final one because I want to enjoy the final cigarettes.
Yeah. A celebratory.
Exactly. I flipped that one upside down. In the pack.
Yeah.
It's the lucky one.
That's that's the fat lady singing.
So we'll see. I'm gonna look so fucking good in a year.
It'd be so funny for you to get into shape to smoke cigarettes.
9 out of 10 doctors recommend Lucky Strikes.
It's true.
I trust the old science. I don't trust this new science in social media days.
Do you have running shoes?
I do. I need to buy new ones.
Okay. I need new running shoes too.
We'll get some.
I want to start running, but I might just get that exercise bike. I feel like I'll just save my joints if I just get a bike and put it in this hallway and we just fucking ride like crazy.
Dude, well, you can come running with me if you want. I don't know. It might be hard for you to keep up.
Yeah.
Since your lungs won't be as strong as mine. Think about that. I've had fat lungs for so long. Once I lose all this, I'm gonna be breathing for 2 men in one athlete's body.
True.
I'll have so much oxygen. That was one thing when I went camping up in the mountains in Idaho. I drank 1 beer at night and I woke up with a headache because we were down here at sea level.
Yeah.
And going up to what is that? Idaho? That's like 5,000 feet high.
Yeah.
I felt terrible. My body felt like weak. I was tired. I was easily sunburned because up in the mountains, the UV index is like higher. So I was tired. I was sunburned. I was like just drinking water the whole time and never quenched my thirst.
Oh yeah, dude. The fucking altitude kills you if you just go straight into it after not being in it for a long
desert.
Time. It takes you like 2 days to climatize, maybe more.
It took me like 4, and I still felt bad.
Well, it only takes me 2. I'm just built different, I guess.
You are built, and I've lost my desert powers.
You have lost your desert powers.
And I feel really bad.
I've gone back a bunch, so I've kind of maintained them over time.
It's crazy because I was just like, I've lived here for 30 years and felt nothing, like felt normal. And I leave for a few years and come back, and I'm like, how do people live like this?
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah.
I'm all dried out. My lips are all chapped. I'm getting sunburned.
Did you get drunker faster?
No, I had the 1 beer because I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah.
Because I accidentally grabbed a beer instead of a soda. I'm like, I'll just drink this. And so I drank the beer before I went to sleep, and then woke up that morning on the rocks and everything, and I was like, my head, my back. It was insane.
Damn, dude, got a hangover from 1 beer.
I'm still LDS. That's
what are you, my girlfriend?
She
does get a hangover from 1 drink.
Your 120-pound girlfriend, the lightweight.
Yeah.
Your Mormon girlfriend. Yeah, I'm a lightweight.
You are,
but not with cigarettes, not with nicotine.
I mean, yeah, you're right there. I've seen you literally try to get addicted to nicotine.
It is.
What was it when Juul pods were popular? You're like, I'm going to get into Juul pods. And I'm like, this is not how that is supposed to go down, but sure. You like made a conscious choice to try to get addicted to Juul pods. And I was like, What? And then you went out and did it. You got them. You smoked them forever. And then you're like, I got bored. And I was like, aren't those jam fucking packed with nicotine? And you're like, yeah, I don't care. And you just quit.
Yeah.
Which is powerful. I mean, you're so autistic that you muscle through nicotine addiction.
I can't get addicted to it.
No, that's how I am. Like, they give me morphine when I hurt my shoulder, and they were like, why are you awake still? And I was like, I don't know. I don't feel anything. They were like, are you muscling through the most powerful sedative known to man? And I was like, yeah.
You know what? I think you muscle through it. I think I sheer force of will my way through it. And that's how powerful food is to me.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
a mental drug. It makes me feel better. All the other things don't make me feel better. I think my dad told me a story of him like waking up in the middle of a surgery once.
I woke up during a surgery too.
And so there's probably like a genetic thing where it takes like for I don't know what the group of percentage of people have, but there is a group of people that just like sedatives and what are the anesthesias don't work as well, so they have to give you like twice as much.
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid to die from anesthetics.
So you're just like, I'd rather wake up.
Yeah, so I just say fuck it. I just tell them, like, when I got my I got like a root canal and stuff, and they were like, we'll put you out. We normally put people out for like this much work, and I was like, you won't be able to. Just give me gas and a little shot. So I just stayed awake while they like did a major surgery in my mouth.
How was that?
They like gave me like a thing to hold on to so that because they can't have you moving and shit.
Yeah.
And then like the nurse is in your face with the thing, and like it was pretty brutal. It hurt really bad.
Was her nice tits in your face?
She was hot. It was in Utah, so of course it was like some scumbag dentist who only hires like big titted hot 23-year-olds or whatever.
They are so hot.
In Utah, if just so
Is that
you
only a
guys
Utah
know,
thing?
I think it might because every time I've gone to a place in New York, it's like a normal human place. You've got like one good-looking person, one regular. You like they've hired a group of human beings. You go to Utah and you're like, this fucking scumbag only hires hot women for his restaurant. This fucking scumbag only hires whatever.
Wait, is the restaurant thing not a thing that happens across the nation?
No.
What?
No, dude. There's no Denny's in New York where it's only hot college girls that work there, but it's not like a thing. Like, because it's like Hooters, yeah, but like, for those of you who don't know, you could go to like certain like Coachman's in Utah. It used to be this way because it was run by the Russian mob, but you would just show up and like all the waitresses would be so hot but incompetent, and you're like, oh, you're only hiring hot girls. But the draw of the restaurant was not the hot girls. This wasn't like a key feature. It just happened that way. And anyway, happens in Utah all the time with just like weird Mormon dudes who are like, yeah, I'll just hire the hottest young girls possible always.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
I keep anyway, it's fucking weird.
It makes sense to me on paper.
Yeah, but anyway, so when I was at the dentist's office, I remember specifically my wife at the time being like, what the fuck is up with this dentist? It's only really hot women who work here and him. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. It's fucking, I agree that it's weird.
I love it. That's how a society should work. Hot women should have normal jobs. I don't like them being models and skirting by like, hey, subscribe to my OnlyFans. I don't actually show anything, or just being Instagram model. Hot women should have normal people jobs so we can see you in real life and appreciate your beauty. And then also go get me an extra Diet Coke. that's Utah is. If it wasn't for the people, it'd be a utopia.
Dude, if it wasn't for all the people.
Fucking hate Utah culture. I
Yeah,
love Utah, though.
Yeah, Utah's great.
Beautiful, like most beautiful place on earth, maybe?
I like certain features of the people.
Yes, I do like one demographic, one specific gender of the people in Utah are usually exceptionally beautiful and employable.
Yeah, apparently. Oh, man. So funny how fucking just bad. It is like another world when you go there as compared to other places in the country.
Yeah, that's why I had to go do my yearly visit.
You need to go to a normal place. I guess we went to upstate New York and stuff.
I don't like it. I don't like Albany. I don't like Grand. I like it, but I don't like living. it is crazy to live in Salt Lake and then just now I'm gonna live in New York now.
Yeah, two places that are like their own countries.
Yeah, it's
and then you go to like, and then I spent all this time in Ohio and like fucking Virginia and upstate New York and you go all around all these other.
and those are great places. It's funny when I saw this meme where it'll be like you'll be in a city somewhere like North Carolina and it'll have like 100,000 people, and it'll be like a nice community with thousands of jobs and tons of tons of stuff to do.
Yeah.
And New Yorkers will be like, "Where are we? In the middle of nowhere?"
Oh yeah.
And so like Ohio is like one of the biggest states.
Yeah.
It's like that's one of those I have when people say flyover states pejoratively. I'm like, no, the rest of the country is full of you guys.
It's all most of it's great. There's something to do everywhere if you're not dumb.
I'm just broken and I have to live up in a fucked up place.
Yeah, no, same, dude. Utah really does a number on you.
It's Utah, New York. I would never live in LA though. Ugh. That one, the vampires there scare me.
I could live in LA if I had to because the beach would offset all the weird vibes I have there.
I could live in LA if
the car thing bugs me so bad.
Yeah, the car thing, but I would do a motorcycle. I could live in LA if I knew
you'd die in a week.
If I was religiously married to a woman who feared God and we already had 3 children and she was not in the entertainment industry. Because
they could still get her.
That's what I'm scared of.
Yeah, I know. It's
LA.
So real.
I've seen too many.
Here's the thing.
I've seen women I know, and I don't know how many women you've probably seen it happen a dozen times, where a woman's just like, I'm going to do my dream in LA. I'm going to be a writer. I'm not going to be anywhere near the vampirism part of the business. And then immediately they just start getting, there's like, here's this producer. I'm dating this producer. I'm dating that producer.
Oh, yeah.
This show didn't work out. I'm like, what are you talking about? A show? You're doing a show,
dude. I've seen some. It just is. Yeah, they take advantage, and you just get used up and stressed out and partied into and fucking coked out. I don't know.
If you're a woman thinking about joining any entertainment business, unless you're already doing porn, don't move to LA.
Yeah, man. It's so fucking brutal.
Move to New York. People will kind of treat you right here, I feel like.
Maybe, yeah, because they treat you like you're useless, which is way better than treating you like you're
they're lying to you.
A resource to be used. Yeah. Oh, it's so brutal, but the beach is so fun. I would live in San Diego. I mean, I would live in a lot of places with beaches I like. I mean, I just love New York, man. It has everything I want, and it's walkable, and it's fun. People here make me inspired. There's always something going on.
Yeah, like me. I'm going to inspire you.
Also, I'm pretty sure my girlfriend never wants to leave. Though,
that's nice.
There's a chance that she's Canadian, so she could get kicked out, and then
I'll doxing her.
Be splitting my time in Canada.
What city would you go to?
She lives in Toronto. She's from Toronto.
So you go. That's basically they're trying to be New York so hard.
They are. I mean, she doesn't have a license. It's like they have a subway system. It's walkable, just like New York. Like she grew up in. Yeah, so Toronto really is like a huge, walkable city or whatever. But I don't know if I would. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. It's fucking. Canadian citizenship sounds so good.
Why? Because the healthcare?
Well, also the ability to escape.
I was just gonna say the free healthcare.
Yeah, that would be awesome
too. That's the one for me.
That's a huge one. That's fucking crazy good. Like, can you imagine just being able to go and just?
Does she have a Canadian sister?
No, she's a Canadian brother.
Is he gay?
No, no, sorry.
I might go gay for Canadian healthcare,
dude. It's so funny. I know someone.
If you're a hot Canadian model who just wants to get married, come hang out, spend half your time in New York, and then I'll go up there whenever I need a doctor to look at me.
Yeah, dude. Someone told me they were like, Canadian healthcare is bad. More Canadians die in the hospital like by 3 times more than Americans.
Wait, let me think this because I hate statistics like that. more Canadians probably die in the hospitals because they get to go to the hospitals.
Yes, yes, and that's exactly what it is. Americans get sick, and then they can't go to the hospital, so they just die at home. Yes, yes. I was like, that statistic proves the opposite of what you want it to prove.
I know.
It's so, and that's like a brutal one too. To be like, yeah, Americans who are like in their 70s and could live much longer if they wanted, just get sick and go, fuck it, I guess I'll die.
Mm-hmm.
Brutal.
That's whenever someone throws any statistic on you, you have to take 2 steps forward and 2 steps back and be like, all right, why is that happening?
Yeah, exactly. It's so easy to think about. It's like they're like, more police died than ever the last 3 years. BLM is out of control. And then you're like, interesting. I wonder why. And you go look it up, and the number 1 killer of police officers is coronavirus. And you're like, there it is. You fucking pussies. Stop lying.
You know, it's another fun police fact I learned recently.
What?
Let's get a little political
Ooh.
in the last 5 minutes,
Ooh.
since we never do. One of my favorite things I learned about is because gun control is a very hot topic in the nation for whatever side you're on. Doesn't matter.
Sure.
Well,
live your life.
But an interesting thing is a lot of congressional members on both sides have tried to pass common sense gun background check laws that are like one of the laws that always comes up, and it's coming up right now, and they're like, this one it's going to go through this time. It's definitely, and it's already not going through again.
Yeah.
Is because of domestic abuse. They're like, this makes sense, right? Anyone who has like a domestic abuse charge or thing against them probably should be looked into and not have a gun.
Yes.
And that makes sense, right? To you, to me.
That makes sense to me. It's a fair punishment.
It's like, if you're hitting your partner, it doesn't even matter their gender or whatever. If you hit
someone you're romantic with, that's a betrayal that makes it so that we as a society can't trust you.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you probably shouldn't have a gun. And that never passes because of the statistic. I don't know where this comes from, but I'd like to look of that 40% of police officers are domestic abusers.
Yeah, so they wouldn't be allowed to have their guns.
So 40% of police officers would not be allowed to have guns. Then the police union's like, hey, we can't. No, you can't do that one. And I was like, what are we gonna do? It's like, I don't know, something else. It's like, oh, okay. Well, sorry, I guess we won't pass a gun law again. Because that's the one we have, and it keeps getting brought up and thrown away immediately.
So fucking crazy.
Very funny.
What do you think about people being like, hey, what if we didn't try to do any crazy gun control, but we just said you can't buy an assault rifle until you're 25?
That one doesn't, I guess, sure, because
you could still shoot your dad's assault rifle. You just can't have it.
That's the thing is, those laws I don't like because I'm like, they probably will help a little bit, but will they help that much? Because there's the family stuff. You could just they don't apply to like parking lot sale. That's the gun show loophole. Oh, you mean the time I bought a gun from another guy in a parking lot? That was
yeah. The Craigslist loophole's the one you really got to worry about.
There's no gun show loophole. It's
just you could buy a gun from a guy. They can't stop you from doing that.
There's no background check from a guy.
I bought my AK-47 from a dude who literally took it out of his. He went and he like got it out of the back of his truck, and there was like. It was under a blanket. He's like, oh shit, and he handed it to me. He goes, hey, check that, and I racked the bolt, and there was a round in it.
Dude, you know what? Props for him.
He was just like, hey, check that.
Safety. He was being
like,
safe.
No, I know, and I was like, all right, well, he goes, hey, it works. I was shooting it recently. Sorry about that. You can have that round if you want it.
I remember when I when I bought my Beretta 92, not the 92FS, what's the military one? The M9.
Yeah.
When I bought my Beretta M9, the guy was like, are you a Utah citizen? I'm like, I am. Do you want to see my driver's license? He's like, nah.
Yeah, I don't care. Whatever.
I can tell from your accent. Whatever. So, yeah, I don't. I do like the what is the red? What's the red law they're thinking about?
I don't know.
It's the one if you're going crazy, your family member can be like, hey, take away his guns. He might kill himself.
Oh, yeah.
That one seems pretty... Because it's a civil thing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't show up on your record. They can't... It's not like It's like because there's like it has shown that people like temporarily get like very sad or crazy. Sometimes you're angry at your wife taking the kids.
Yeah.
So you could have like your in-law be like, hey, his wife just left, and so the cops will come in and be like, hey, can we borrow your guns while you're sad? I don't know how that works out though.
Yeah. My thing is, I'm almost just like, what if, and this is me spitballing here, and you're probably going to hate this, but I'm like, what if we made all pistols incredibly illegal except for under certain circumstances, but rifles were okay?
It doesn't piss me off because I love rifles and I hate pistols.
That's my thing, though, is like pistols are, I know mass shootings a lot of the times are rifles, but pistols cause the most violence. The most violence towards women is with pistols. Pistols are used in gang bullshit constantly. Cities, all the problems are with pistols. Pistols are concealable. Pistols, the reason I want guns to be legal is, one, because I want people who live in rural areas to be able to use them as tools, and two, because I want to be able to use them to fight the government.
Yeah, if the government steps out of line.
Pistols are not effective to fight the government. I mean, they help, and you can use them in certain situations, but what you really need is the rifle. Guys with rifles in comfy clothes have beaten the United States over and over and over again. So we just need the rifles.
Yeah, you know what? We've already talked about the solution is the problem with all the gun violence is poor people.
Yeah,
who have
you,
no
you
other
raise
options.
the material conditions of people that
Yeah, if poor people had no incentive to join gangs, if poor people had access to health care,
Yeah.
if poor people had all the things out of their life that sucks about being poor, and you raise the bottom line, all the shootings would go away.
Yeah,
you know, like in all those Nordic countries where they have guns.
Yeah, Norway and Switzerland and stuff where they're like just fucking jam-packed with... Switzerland is crazy. They have guns everywhere.
Or it's like, why doesn't Canada have as many Oh, I guess they took away the guns there.
But still, they
You
have
know
a
what?
lot
Not
of...
like Canada.
No, Canada still does have a lot of guns, like more than most Western nations, and they don't have those problems. In fact, they had a guy with a sword doing shit.
You never take my sword away.
Exactly, dude.
Anyways, that's the podcast.
All right, everyone. Fucking
Raise up the lower class.
Yeah, for real.
You know what? I mean,
let's improve people's material conditions, and then maybe they won't shoot at us.
However, you have to convince a politician to do that.
However,
I don't. You
up to you.
You think about it.
Interpret it however you want to.
To get them to care about poor people.
Right.
I'm gonna start training. It's good to be back.
The cigarette marathon.
I have what?
Can't wait.
All right, yeehaw.
All right. Oh, wait. Patreon.com/cowboyboys.
Oh, yeah. We have ads.
We do. Patreon.com/cowboyboys. We need that $5 a month and you get extra episodes every episode. So that's great. It's
an
a big
extra.
deal.
Last week, only Patreon members. got an
And
episode.
if we ever take a week off, usually we'll still try to do one Patreon. So
we'll never miss a Patreon.
Yeah. We probably
Unless
will
we do.
never miss a Patreon. Well, I wouldn't say that, but we definitely try not to, and the chances of us missing one are way slim.
I'll do a solo Patreon before I let you.
Yeah. Well, we will miss other episodes. So if
as
you
your
want,
career continues to
go. So if you want Patreon episodes, also listen, if I ever get a real TV job, which could happen, we will delete the the YouTube, but we'll leave the Patreon up. So there's that for you
just
guys.
private the YouTube and put all the episodes
on the Patreon. Yeah, that's a good
just
idea.
be a private-
Anyway, listen, for $5 a month, you can support us and be our only real steady source of income, and it means the world to us.
Not only do you get an extra episode, you get the security of never losing the normal episodes.
And you get to know that we are not going to die. Also, you can come see me do comedy, ShayneSmithComedy.com. I am going to be this week in Florida, West Palm Beach, Miami, and then Atlanta, and then after that, Washington, D.C., and then after that, some goddamn place. I don't even know. Anyway, I love you fucking guys so much. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.